everybody, this is Ced Banner, and this is my review of Godzilla, King of the Monsters. So this review is going to be super short and sweet because it is a monster movie. You know, there's not a lot to them. Either you like them or you don't. If you saw my review for the first Godzilla, which was released I think about 3 years ago, you saw that I was very disappointed with it. I went into it with very high expectations. I was very excited about it, and I felt like the film was just about an hour and a half of boring human character development and dialogue that really didn't make us care anymore about the actual star of the movie, who is Godzilla. And then when he finally shows up, it felt like it was a 10-minute appearance really at the end of the film, and that was it. I hated it. So because of that, I wasn't as excited about going to see this. This installment is directed by Michael Dougherty, I believe it's pronounced. He's only directed, from what I can tell, some lower budget horror flicks. So there are some horror elements in this film, which I did enjoy, and it made the film a lot more tense than it normally would have been, I believe. And he's done some writing for some other films, some bigger ones like X-Men Days of Future Past, which I thought was great as far as writing is concerned. The casting in this film is cool. Like I said, it's a monster movie. No one really cares about the casting. There are a lot of faces that you will recognize here, and you just don't know their names. It's those type of actors. Ice Cube's son is in it. You know, I recognized him. Recognized everyone else. If you watch the show She's Gotta Have It on Netflix, the actor, I forget his name, I think it's Rumos, if I'm not mistaken, who plays Mars, is also in this film for, brief stints. What I really enjoyed about this film as far as the plot goes is that it was a lot more intricate than what we normally get, but involving the monsters in that way. Like I said, my complaint about the first Godzilla, the first installment in this franchise, it was that the character situation just did not matter. There was no way to care about what was going on with them. In this film, the human characters, of course, have their own plot line, their situation going on, and it actually works. It's somewhat interesting, but it ties in well with the entire plot line for the monsters. Godzilla isn't the only one here. If you saw the old ones growing up, we do get Mothra, who is extremely cool. You get I think a total of about 5, possibly 6. And yes, there are a lot of references to King Kong in here. If you saw the after credit scene of the first one, you knew that it was coming to this. So that's not a spoiler. I have to praise the visual effects here. The monsters were perfect. They're bigger than life, bigger than what you would expect to actually see on the screen, even on the big screen. But they're huge. The details are awesome. I love that they're able to keep the characters from really looking, just full CGI. A lot of big budget films fail at that these days. These monsters just looked and came across extremely authentic to me. The fight scenes are ridiculous because the characters are so huge. So the director does an awesome job of kind of toggling us back and forth between the human experience while this, not necessarily invasion, but battles are going on, and then the actual conflict between the monsters, or the Titans as they're called in this case. The pacing, thank God the pacing was 10 times better in this film than in the first installment. It never really gets slow. It picks up at just the right times, and when it picks up, it's a beautiful thing. In the finale of the film, you have an awesome build-up, and then the crescendo is just ridiculous. Godzilla gets crazier. It gets better looking and just gets more hardcore with each appearance. And in the finale, it's almost like you're watching this wrestling match, and your hero, the good guy, is coming back from getting his ass whooped for a whole match, and then he finally gets begins to pull it together. That was awesome. It was great job on the writers and directors. And yes, there is an after credit scene here. Whether or not it's worth staying to watch, I can't really say. But yeah, there is an after credit scene. There's also a little bit of a special treat shown in the beginning of the credits. You'll have to pay attention to watch it, but I got very excited. I thought it was extremely cool. And lastly, I always have to mention the score, the actual music in the film. I thought it was great. I thought it was really just perfect and really fit the occasion in this case. You have, of course, you know, the loud horns and everything that come in at just the right times when these monsters appear and when they battle. It really helped elevate the quality of this film. So, my rating for Godzilla, King of the Monsters is, as the young folks say, it's lit. Like I said, it's lit. Yeah, just everything you want in a monster movie, and also in a summer action blockbuster. Everything is here in this film. I just really enjoyed it. It was a great experience, well worth the cost of admission. I think you'll enjoy it if you're already a huge, Godzilla fan. I know several people who are. Yeah, you're absolutely gonna love it. And I look forward to seeing more in this franchise as long as they keep improving in this way. So yeah, that concludes this review of Godzilla King of the Monsters. My next review will be for Ma, I believe. We'll be seeing that on tomorrow. So until my next review, hey.